Today's date is February 21st, 2019. This is Gina and Dave. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Gina entered the office on November 5th, 2018 with a very serious thyroid, Hashimoto's autoimmune condition, as well as a variety of other health complaints. Gina, would you like to just share briefly kind of what was going on at the time that you came into the office?
Well, I was extremely ill. I had thyroid that was way out of whack. I had irritable bowel syndrome that I'd suffered with for over 15 years, high blood pressure, all those things combined just, wore me out.
Yeah, how fatigued were you?
I felt like my energy level was at 30 to 35%.
I mean, you couldn't just do normal daily activities, is that correct? I mean, you were so exhausted.
Yes, I could only do a little bit, and then I'd have to sit down and prop my legs up because my legs just felt so heavy and tired, and yeah, it was hard.
And Dave, I'm curious, would you like to share just from your observations as a husband, caring husband, seeing the shape that Gina was in at the time that you brought her here? In your opinion, how bad was she?
I'd say her energy was more like 10%. She was not good.
Anything else, Dave? No?
No, I mean, she was doing what she could, and she was trying to figure out what she was doing, like self-diagnosis. And she was trying different things, and I didn't have time to really do anything with that, and so I just kind of trusted her with what she was doing. But no, it was pretty bad. She was in pretty bad shape.
So you somehow found your way here, correct?
Yes, Dave and I were talking, and we had seen a previous chiropractic doctor up closer to where we were living, and it just didn't.
They wanted to get a second opinion.
Well, not only that, but it was a doctor that didn't talk to me, and so Dave and I looked online and saw where you specialized in thyroid, and he and I talked, and we said that's where we need to go. And praise God, you had an opening that I can come, and we've been here ever since.
So that was 3 months ago, about 3.5 months ago, and we did a history and examination. We did lab work and came up with some conclusions based on your lab work as well as your health questionnaires. Gina, do you mind if I just take a second and show your labs initially? And today we were doing a reevaluation, 3-month reevaluation, and we were actually celebrating the degree of improvement in that 3-month period of time. Do you mind if I just share those?
Yeah, share
Okay.
those.
So this was Gina's labs on November 6th and 7th of last year, but you can simply see her number of flags right here, and her glucose was high, her serum magnesium high, her albumin was high, LDH and her liver enzymes were elevated at 56, 0 to 40 was the reference range. And then you can see there's a whole variety of things. Her liver enzymes were extremely high, 161, should not be higher than 60, 46. Her serum ferritin, 373, 150 is the reference range. Her serum cholesterol, 367, 219. And there's her TSH, 117.4. And it was an alert with her thyroxine being so low, and her T3 uptake at 16 low. And so there were, as you can see, a variety of markers that were just unacceptable when she initially came in. And then over the last 3 months, Gina, I've asked you to do a number of things.
Yes.
And could you just briefly share for those listening what some of the things I asked you to do, and then I'd like you to just share how difficult it was to implement those requests.
Well, we did the food allergy test, and that was a big eye opener. And I had already cut out processed sugars, and I'd already eliminated my gluten out of my diet. What I hadn't done was the dairy. I didn't know that to take that out of my diet.
Mm-hmm.
And so it really wasn't a big deal for me to do the food recommendations. The only thing that at the beginning, was I did struggle with trying to understand what foods on that moderate list that I could have, and that was a little confusion for me.
Mm-hmm.
But once I understood that, and Dave, bless his heart, he helped me do my menu plan, and he did all the cooking and cleaning, because I was told to just let my body heal. I was that far out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did stool sample, and I had a lot of bacteria that I was fighting there.
Disease-causing, pathogenic, disease-causing bacteria that was contributing to your inflammatory bowel disease.
Yes.
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 And so, on a scale of 0 to 100 in degree of difficulty, 0 was super simple, seamless, easy, 100 being virtually impossible to do. How tough was the program for the last 3 months?
I would say maybe 25. It
So
was
low.
Yeah. To
Low.
me, and seeing the results of what has happened in this last 3 months, it's like a no-brainer.
Got it. Dave, observationally, what would you say it was, 0 to 100? In your opinion?
Say for her to rest, she wants to get up and do things. I would say it was probably about a 75% difficulty for her.
To just sit around, but
Just
not
to sit
but
around.
not to actually do the program.
To actually do the program, I was taking care of everything, so it was pretty easy for her.
Got it.
It was pretty much
Was it easy for you?
no. It was very demanding.
It's hard work,
It's
isn't
time
it?
consuming,
Yeah.
to figure out, okay, well, we got this 4 days, and I had always let her cook and prepare the meals, figure out the meal plan and everything. I just ate it.
Yeah.
Well, now the shoe was on the other foot, and it was an excellent thing for me to do, and I recommend it for all men, that were in that situation that I was in, because it was really eye-opening to be able to do the things, and you have to look in advance, and we came up with a meal plan with the rotation, and we'd look and I put it on the calendar, okay, this is day one, this is day,
And you got to
know.
figure it out.
We got it figured out, and one of the really key things for us, I think, was when you said, you've got to rest, because if you're not resting, the energy that you're taking to stand or to wash dishes or whatever you're doing, that energy is not going into your organs to heal your body.
That's right.
And that was really key.
Cool. Gina, do you mind if I just quickly share and compare your labs then for the last 3 months and where we've come from? And
Sure.
so Gina's labs now, just comparing, she had 5 flags on this first page, and now she had no flags. I told Gina and Dave that the goal was over the first 3 months just to eliminate all the flags and get her body in some state of balance, and so it's completely clear here. And the interesting thing is now you can see her TSH went, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flags here, and we're now down to 3 flags here. But you can see her TSH now is 37.96, and again, when we initially started, it was at 117.4. So how much better do you feel, Gina, if you had to rate your level of improvement as compared to where you were when we started?
Oh, I feel like I'm 75 or 80% back.
Back to
Yeah.
normal?
And I know I've got a little bit to go yet, but it's like night and day from when
Did you
lost it.
expect? I'd like to just quickly share this cholesterol number. So the cholesterol number was at 367, and it dropped down to 211, and the LDL number was at 219, which is associated with cardiovascular disease risk, and now the LDL is at 92. So there's been just some really phenomenal improvement. And your serum ferritin was at which is an inflammatory marker, 373, and now it's at 252. So wonderful changes. 75, 80% are, did you expect that after 3 months? Did you have that level of expectation?
I guess you always have hope.
Yep.
And I have faith that we serve a big God, and we have been taught through the years that if you give the body what it needs, it can heal itself. And so we're just thrilled with doing what you have told us to do, and doing that, and seeing the results of being obedient to that, and praising the Lord for His mercy.
And the level of improvement.
Yeah, amen.
It's awesome.
It's miraculous. One of the things that I think you might want to do for the lay people out there that aren't professionals is show the difference on the colors.
Sure, I can do that. So
that really is a phenomenal, contrast.
So with the labs that we do for patients, we put it to a color scheme because colors mean more to people than no colors. And this was Gina's initial test on the left with all the flags and the reds. And so this is where she's come from on page 1 of the report. Here was page 2 of her labs compared to now what we have from here to here. So green is great, and that's what we want. So Gina and David worked very hard in getting Gina's thyroid back. And Gina, I'm extremely proud of the work that you've done. Dave as well, being so supportive and helpful. Gina, do you have any advice for future patients regarding thyroid health or whole body health?
Well, come see Dr. Joe, because...
No, I didn't tell you to say that, did I?
No, but you give people hope. And out here, I did not want to go the medical route because I was tired of the Band-Aids. And I wanted to go natural healing. I wanted to see my body heal itself. And there was more issues than just the thyroid. So if I hadn't have come here, I wouldn't have known the other issues. So I'm thankful that we have you to come to. And so...
Thank you. Dave, do you have any advice?
You need to get to the root of the problem. That's why we're here. Because we knew you would.
Do I have your permission, each of your permission, to share your story with doctors, students, or patients anywhere?
You do.
Any restrictions on that?
No.
Thank you so much for taking a moment to share this really miraculous and wonderful improvement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.